All right, so F is a quotient rule question, but there's going to be some product rule that goes on. I'm going to do this one on this page as well, just because there's going to be a lot of moving parts here. All right, so for starters, we know that when we take the derivative of y, we're going to get dy dx. All right, so I'm going to get my bottom function, 12x to the fourth minus cosine of x plus the cosecant of 2x times the derivative of my top function. So I got a sine squared of x plus the cube root of x squared minus the sine squared of x plus cube root of x squared. That's a whole quantity. So we want to make sure we put in parentheses and then the derivative of our bottom function, which was this thing here. And then we're going to have that thing there in the denominator as well. So now you can kind of see why I threw this on its own page. A lot of terms, right? Boom, denominator squared. Let's make that division bar bigger. Let's throw a bracket on that. All right, so then when I look at these derivatives, couple of things. All right, so right here, I can do a term-by-term differentiation, but sine squared of x is really sine of x squared. Right, so I'm going to have to use a power rule for that. So a chain rule and a power rule for that derivative. Over here, cosecant squared of x, right? That 2x means that this is also a chain rule question. All right, so I'm thinking now, right? If I have u to the second power and I take the derivative of it, power rule, 2 times u prime, right? That's going to be for my sine. All right, so then now deep breath. What do we got? We got the derivative of y with respect to x equals the same numerator, nothing there changed. So the derivative of sine squared, right? I'm going to get 2 times my u function, my inner function, which was a sine. So I'm going to get 2 sine of x raised to the first power times the derivative of the inner function, which was sine. Derivative of sine is cosine. So I'm going to get that. Derivative of cube root of x squared. If you got to write that as an x to the 2/3, by all means, go for it. You're going to end up with a, whoops, not a plus. You're going to get a plus 2/3 cube root of x when you do that, if you do it properly, or 2/3 x to the negative 1/3 power, whatever makes you happiest. So then we're going to get our sine squared of x plus cube root of x squared term there. And then this is going to be a relatively nice term-by-term differentiation, right? So 12x to the fourth power is a 48x to the third power. Derivative of cosine is negative sine. I'm subtracting negative sine, so that's going to be a positive sine of x. And then cosecant of something, right? So cosecant of u is going to be negative cosecant of u times the cotangent of u times u prime. Right, so u prime is easy. It's just going to be the derivative of 2x. That's going to be 2. So I'm going to get a minus 2 cosecant of u, which was 2x, cotangent of u, which was 2x. So we have that whole thing all over our denominator squared. Right, and yeah, I don't want to simplify this any more than you want to simplify this thing. This would be our derivative.